first round hiccup, the Highlanders attacking prowess has finally got themselves sorted as they head into round 5 against their fellow New Zealand franchise, the Hurricanes, at Westpac Stadium. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode, where we are into round number 5 of the Super 15, and it is the Hurricanes who will be hosting the Highlanders tonight for this cracker between these two teams. Now, if you remember last season, 2014, it was the Hurricanes who took a match off the Highlanders the second time they met, beating them 21-14. Of course, the Highlanders won the other encounter between the two sides, but it just goes to show that this Hurricanes side cannot be underestimated. It is an exact same side as they faced when they met last season, just the one change of Dane Coles out with injury, and it will be Matu'u who will be taking his place at number 2 in the hooker role. As for the Highlanders, not too many changes here today either, and they can finally start to rely on some decency and consistent squad lineups. So the two changes in the team today are Rob Shaw, who come on to the blindside flank, and it will be Christian Wade, who, well, through demand of the fans, have called to have him back in the squad. He takes the place of Osborne, and those two are really having a massive battle for that winger spot to accompany Stowers in this Highlanders squad. Now, their recent form, if you've been hiding under a rock, their 3 matches so far has seen them with 1 loss and 2 wins. They went down to the Chiefs in round 1, 15-7, but have bounced back to beat the Reds 33-14 and the Crusaders, an odd-looking Crusaders team, I might add, 31-14 as well last week. That was an extremely odd match that the Crusaders had there. They were just all sorts throughout that squad. But today it is the Hurricanes, and they look a lot more organised, and we'll be getting down to the action. The players look set to go for round 5 of the Super Rugby. And it will be Beauden Barrett, such an amazing young talent. He will be kicking off this match. Round 5, Super Rugby competition, kicking off through Barrett, and it is the Hurricanes in their yellow strips as per usual, and it is the Highlanders in the blue, and it's knocked on very early from Rob Shaw, it seems, and the Hurricanes have an early advantage, which is quickly over with the first ruck. Here's Piranara running it up, giving it there to Matu'u, the man in the hooker role for tonight's match. Oh, and Alexander's turned that over, and Sopawanga still in the squad for Sexton, who is away, still with Ireland, and Sunnyville Williams coming down the wing, gives it to Wade. Here's a foot race, but a great tackle. Puts Wade into touch. There was a real chance for Wade, but if we could possibly, we won't see a replay of who made that tackle. It looked like it was a single-digit number, which is just an amazing effort, as It's a Beef steals the line out, gives it to his fellow South African, and Holgard goes up into the 22 before losing the ball in the ruck. And now that is a great turnover, and it is kicked away from the Hurricanes, back up to halfway. Nicely done from Batesman, clearing the pressure away for the Hurricanes, and the Highlanders now, they have to set it back up on halfway. Coltman, who is owning that number 2 jumper, giving it to Holgard. Sopawanga, oh, he's knocked that on. He's blown a massive set-piece chance there. Advantage quickly over, and it will be Motu going through. Good pass, back it goes, and everyone's involved. Coleman, oh, that's a high shot. That is Holgard again, and that is heaps of high tackles from Holgard. The back row of the Hurricanes were keeping that alive between them. There was Savia was there and all sorts. Coleman keeping that one alive. But in the end, it's gone down to a penalty, and will Barrett have the shot? He has missed it. And Ben Smith will pick it up, and he pumps it onto his boot. Downfield, over halfway it goes. And it comes back for Coleman, who gives it to Jane. Jane's completely isolated here, and Sopawanga gets the ball back. It's the Beef, quick hands, they swing it wide. Manu, open up for Wade again on the right wing. Where's Wade gonna go? Looks to step, gets through Taylor, gets through another attempt to tackle, but his little ball out the back has gone astray, and Armitage has got it back. Here's Sunnyville Williams, Coltman to Alexander, has to be a try. Sopawanga, oh, that's gone off the mark. And Stowers was all but going to score that try. The Hurricanes come away with a rescue play, and they go through Vito. He's trying to drive it up the middle, setting up for a clearance kick, I'd imagine here. Here's Motu. He goes to Barrett. Barrett's looked it on. That is a mistake. It was a quick defence. They read it like a book. Here's Hoggard. Goes to the right for it. It's a beat. Around his outside man. Can't get away. And Wade has to get a toe to it. Kicks it to Sopawanga. And all sorts going wrong here. Williams changes the direction. Hoggard open for Coleman. Coleman around Motu. Back for Stowers. They just can't finish this off at a high shot. And that is a bad tackle from the fullback. Senecal has got a yellow card. And that is just going to ruin the night for the Hurricanes. The Highlanders take it back to the 22 and Sopawanga will line up a shot at goal. It just didn't work on attack at all there for the Highlanders. And the Hurricanes' defence, well, it was stout, but they're still going to concede the 3, which will probably be better than a 7. Sopawanga taking over the duties in the number 10 jumper with the absence of Johnny Sexton. Away on international duty still. And Sopawanga, well, he's taking his chance here after a poor performance from West. Gives him the chance in the number 10 jumper. He's taking it nicely. Here's Williams. Gets a big side shot from the Hurricanes defence. Here's Hoggard. Alexander, big ball out wide for Stowers. Oh, good step from Stowers. Now he breaks away. Can he link up? No, he doesn't need to. He is so. And Stowers will open up the try scoring as he does. Oh, so often for the Highlanders. Sherwin Stowers. That's why he's the leading try scorer last season. He is explosive and destructive. So light and just the agility on his feet is just amazing. Savia got a good grasp of him, but the step and the strength of little Sherwin Stowers was too much for the big Julian Savia. A brilliant try. There was the first tackle attempt. Here was the second step. Oh, it's magical feet from Stowers. Had his blindside flanker, Rob Shaw, in support. Didn't need him. And Stowers opens up the try scoring for the Highlanders. After Lima Sopawanga's penalty opened up the scoring. What an amazing first try we have here. Second attempt at goal for Sopawanga. Easier than the first, and he makes no mistake, adding the 2. And we have a 10-0 scoreline. The Highlanders doing it easy here over the Hurricanes. Of course, the yellow card has not helped the Hurricanes at all. The man in the bin, the fullback, Senecal, will not be pleased. His teammates are not doing too well at carrying the pressure here as Etzebeth gives it to Robshaw, clearing a wide hair of Sopawanga. He's throwing the gap again. His pass is average. Ranger picks it up, and Wade has to take the tackle, throws it over his head. It's all sorts going on here from the Highlanders. But finally, Etzebeth takes it to ground, and he's only got Armitage in support, and they quickly lose the ball. Now, what can they do through Vito? This is Savia taking the tackle at the back. Good the play from Ben Smith, taking him down. Such a destructive runner, but they turned it over as well. Here's Ranger. Sopawanga looking to kick, shaped to kick, but didn't go with it. Advantage to the Hurricanes. Was that a forward pass? Followed up by a high tackle too from the Hurricanes. Goes unnoticed from the ref. Sopawanga just should have kicked that away. Oh, there it was.
Crouch.
That was Vito.
Touch. Sit.
A shocking tackle. But it will be a scrum. The first defence was the knock-on. Well, the forward pass it was, wasn't it? The forward pass from Sopawanga, not his best play. But here it is. Perenara goes to the left, goes to Barrett. Barrett fakes, then he goes again. Nice play back inside from Savia. Giving it to his brother, Artie Savia.
Release.
Trying to drive in. Gets inside the 22, but they'll lose the ball very promptly. And the Highlanders giving it to Hoggard. Will thump it into touch and will head to the sheds for half-time. Deep in their own 22. The Highlanders wanted none of it. Julian Savia made the half break, but gave it inside to Artie Savia. Just about gave them the forward movement that they really desired. The Hurricanes, they go to the break without a point on the board, and this Highlanders team is looking quite good at the moment. 10 points to them, a try converted with the penalty, and the stats at halftime see possession heavily for the Highlanders, but it is territory that is complete opposite. Both with over 70 of each, the Hurricanes with the territory, the Highlanders with the possession. The handling error is always there, 9-1. The Highlanders' risky play is always nothing changing there at all. High tackles, well, it's cost the Hurricanes as they had Senecal in the bin for 10 minutes, but line breaks down the bottom 4-7. The Hurricanes have had a decent nudge at this, but their finishing has been poor, and the Highlanders, well, one piece of magic really is all that separates them. That was from none other than Sherwin Stowers. A brilliant display from him, stepping through two of their back three players and scoring a great try. The Highlanders lead 10-0 at half time. This is round 5 of the Highlanders' career, and the Super 15 will be getting back down to the second half. The Highlanders in the lead, 10-0 over the Hurricanes at Westpac Stadium. Well, this man's impressed. Has Sopawanga, 2 from 2 from the tee, as well as some decent running plays as well. Sopawanga will kick us back off for the second half. Into the left side he goes for Ranger, chasing through, but it is Vito who takes it down. Nicely claimed, but completely isolated and turned over almost instantly. Rob Shaw throws an intercept ball, and just about through they go, the Hurricanes. Broadhurst, great run. Here's Barrett. Oh, Barrett's been hammered, and he drops the ball again, the second time tonight. He has spilt that. Passing, looking for kicking options. Oh, that's a monstrous hit from Ben Smith.
Crouch. Touch.
And that sets up a set piece.
Set.
For the Highlanders. Hogarth beats a scrum. It's a nice one too for the Highlanders, going forward on the ball. And it should be coming back here for Nasi Manu without any worries at all. It does. Manu picks it up and he runs. Hogarth runs behind him, doubles round of Sopawanga. Oh, and Sopawanga just couldn't find his feet there to get that ball away. And it looks like it will be the Hurricanes who take it back, yes. Just as it's there for Thrush, who goes driving into the defence and gets hammered backwards for his troubles and losing the ball. Well, the Hurricanes are missing a trick here. They're not dedicating enough players to these rucks. As the Highlanders spread it wide, Stowers again. Can he get through the fullback? Senecal does a great job taking him to ground, and eventually Corey Jane thumping into the defence, taking out Manu. Not many men can do that. Here's Coman trying to take his short run off the back of the ruck. Got nowhere to go. Tumunga Allen back to Perenara. They go up. They kick away now. And it's there for Ben Smith, who leaves it alone. And not a bad kick from Perenara. Into touch, gets him some good forward ball. And the line out will be here for the Highlanders. Opting for a full man line out. 7, in fact. As it goes to the front for it to beat. Hogarth delivers a quick ball out for Sonny Bill Williams. He delivers an average pass. And it's all sorts around here for the Highlanders as Bateman intercepts. And it comes away. Sopawanga, he's got the ball in his hand. And he drives through the middle of the hole. And he gets a kick away. That's given straight to Corey Jane. And there's a great run from Perenara. He's through. Can he link up with Jane? Oh, and Ben Smith hits a high shot on Corey Jane. And that will give a penalty to the Hurricanes. Do they want 3? No, they don't. They want, well, as many as they can get here. They really need 7 if they're going to find their way back in this match. Of course, a bonus point they could have got with that kick if it was successful. 19 to go. Here's Matu'u throwing in. And they go to the backs now, out to the left side. It's there for Bateman. Big pass wide for Savia. Oh, and Wade takes his head off. A monstrous clothesline from Christian Wade. He was so explosive in that preseason match. But since then, he just hasn't found his range at all. He scored 3 tries in that preseason game, but just since then, it's been all missed chances and problems for Wade. Here's a line out again. Matu'u will throw in for the Hurricanes. Goes to the front, and again it's stolen from Etsabeef, and Williams stumps it downfield. A great kick from the man inside centre, and look at Wade charging upfield, but Sonny Bill Williams, a fantastic kick, really relieving that pressure in an absolute instant. And again, it will be Matu'u to throw in. He goes to the back, and it's nicely taken from Broadhurst. They look to the back line now. Bateman trying the dummy is Conrad Smith, but Sonny Bill Williams again takes him out. The Highlanders put in the pressure to the ruck. No way through. Here's Tumunga driving into the defence, and Sopawanga makes a good impact on the tackle. Here's Savia. Can't get away, and that's another good piece of defence. Broadhurst going wide. Oh, that's a good pass from Barrett, giving out to Jane. It's Jane on Armitage, but a great tackle from the open side flanker puts Corey Jane to the ground, and that is great defence. Into touch he went as well, just to put some salt into the wound there. Coltman will throw one not straight. That is a big mistake from Leon Coltman. A bit of a tough call too from the ref, really. 74 minutes gone.
Crouch.
Oh, and the Hurricanes here have opted for a scrum. Now this is an interesting call. Piranara will put it at the back home and waits. The Hurricanes need something big in the next couple of minutes. They need a restart after they score a try. That is optimistic as ever. But here they come through Barrett, giving it off to Vito. Big strong run from Victor Vito. Here's Piranara again, back inside for Jane. Jane's through. Can he finish? No, again. Ben Smith drives him into touch, and that should signal the end of this match as a contest. The Hurricanes, though, can still get a bonus point if they can score. Boy, they should have taken that 3 points 20 minutes ago. It's a beef down for Hoggard. Williams doesn't want to kick it. He's going to throw this game away. Ranger, Wade. Oh, this is tragic stuff from the Highlanders. They just should have kicked this out. They're giving the ball to the Hurricanes. Disaster stuff here. Here's Piranara. Tries to do it himself. No way through. Here's Savia. Giving it off to Bateman. Wide for Jane. Stowers on Jane. Brilliant tackle from Stowers. And he tries to kick it away. Can't do it. Little run down the blind side. Here's Manu. Goes back to Sopawanga, and he will finish this one off with a kick into touch. And the ref blows full time on an even tough fought battle between these two New Zealand franchises. The Highlanders get the 4 points for the win, but there was never a chance of a 4-try bonus point. Stowers was the main difference here. His freakish try really gave the Highlanders the win. But the Hurricanes, well, they'll be looking to their outside backs here. The likes of Jane and Savia, who were just taken out in the defence of Wade and Stowers. You can criticise maybe the way that Osborne and Wade are playing in the terms of the tries. They're not scoring, but their defence is impeccable, especially Osborne as well. He has been very good on defence. Just 10-0 is the scoreline, and well, all that Vito, Adi Savia, and of course Julian Savia and Corey Jane, the two big explosive players in their positions, couldn't be enough. Of course, Vito and Adi Savia did break the line many times. Bateman, very good match from him too, but in the end, the Hurricanes somehow didn't manage to score any points. Maybe they should have taken the shots at goal. 10-0. The try was to Sherwin Stowers. Sopawanga had a good game again in the absence of Sexton. He got one conversion and one penalty, but played very well. The stats have pretty much done the same as they did at half time, really. 10% less possession for the Highlanders, but also 10% more territory they've taken off the Hurricanes. Almost identical to the situation at half-time. Both sides made a number of kicks, but it's all come back to Senecal and his yellow card about midway of the first half. They'd seen him sent off, and that is when the Highlanders got all 10 of their points. What can you say about that? The yellow card has proved the decisive factor. Other than that, the defence from both teams was too strong when they both had 15 players. The line breaks, well, there's plenty of them, but the defence, the cover defence, the scrambling defence was too good from both sides. 9-7, the Highlanders took that out by a couple, but still only one try. A lot of high tackles, 5 between the two sides, and it summed up a nasty match in that aspect, but a very grueling, tough battle between these two sides. So with 4 points in the bank from that, the Highlanders, let's see where they'll be on the table. The Hurricanes started here in 4th spot after a couple of wins on the trot as well. Where will they end up now after that? And the Highlanders have actually had a bye as well for round 6, so we have 2 rounds to cover here as they head into the bye. Of course, the first match of round 5 was a 10-0 win for the Highlanders over the Hurricanes, so the other matches from round 5. The Sharks over the Brumbies, the Blues took out the Cheetahs, the Crusaders got some points there, 35-17 over the Lions. The Reds, a different season for them, they take out the Force, who were going quite well. The Stormers, again, another big win there. The Rebels and the Force have been quite surprising this season, how good they're going. But they have gone down 18-8 to the Rebels, down to the Stormers, that is, Stormers with the win. In round 6, we have the Blues. Well, they're back on track now. 3-point win over the Hurricanes. The defence going out the window for those two teams there. But talking of defence, look at the next match. The Crusaders 7-6 over the Cheetahs, who it looks like we have next week. The Cheetahs, well, that's going to be a massive match. The Reds continue on their return to form with the win over the Lions. The Sharks take out the Western Force, the Waratahs down the Stormers, and the Bulls, well, there we go, going down to the Melbourne Rebels. The standings, let's have a look here. The Chiefs are at the top, 4 matches and 4 wins, 18 points. That's a good result for the Chiefs, sitting up top there, but of course the Blues last season, they were wonderful, and they sit second with 17 points, just 1 bonus point behind the Chiefs, but have played 1 extra match with that loss. The Highlanders sit third. They have 3 wins and a loss from their 4 matches, 14 points. And the Crusaders, well, they've passed the Hurricanes, so it's a tight little conference here. The Hurricanes with a streak of -3. That is 3 losses on the trot after getting 2 wins to start their season. That's a big turnaround there from them. In South Africa, the Sharks are at the top, 13 points for them. Their Bulls sit on 11, the Cheetahs 9, Stormers 8, and the woeful Lions down on 1. In Australia, the Reds, well, the Reds are up top now. This table has turned around completely from what it was just a week ago. The Waratahs second on 17, but the Force and the Rebels, who started strongly, have fallen away somewhat, both on 9 points, and will probably struggle now to beat the Reds and the Waratahs. So there's the Brumbies at the bottom. Wow, they've had a woeful start to this season. A win, a draw, and 3 losses, 7 points. The former Glory Boys from Australia struggling down at the bottom. So round 7, the next match for the Highlanders we can look forward to is against the Cheetahs. That's back at home at the Forsyth Bar Stadium, and a much needed win will be coming from that match if they can manage it, because they are starting to fall behind. 4 behind the Chiefs, who have the same amount of matches, and the Blues. So it's a tough fight here, and the Highlanders will need to pick up points against teams like the Cheetahs. That one will be coming up very soon. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you again next time for plenty more Highlanders career mode. Of course, if you have any suggestions about the squad, that winger spot is very, very contested area. Of course, there's players in the wings for everywhere. We're lucky this season we haven't had any injuries yet, so that's good. We haven't had to call up the depth at all. Of course, we have Sexton, who is still away on international duty. When he'll return, I'm unsure of completely, but how is he going to displace Sopawanga? But plenty of talking points. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all next time for the Highlanders versus the Cheetahs at Forsyth Bar Stadium. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care.